What Bengal thinks today, India thinks tomorrow. A quote almost all Bengalis are aware of. However, this quote is probably the most inappropriate to describe Bengal in the last 40 years. As we approach another assembly election in a few months' time, it's time to ask ourselves what kind of government Bengal wants and indeed needs for the next 5 years. At the moment, West Bengal is ranked 24th out of the 28 states in India for per capita income. This means that the common everyday Bengali earns 16% less than the national average. In comparison, Tamil Nadu earns 150% more. For Bengal, this is a huge downfall from a rank of 3rd to 24th, which has happened in the last 20 to 30 years. This regression in the economic development of Bengal is further compounded by the fact that the state of West Bengal has over 7.71 lakh crore of fiscal deficit for 25-26. In very simple terms, this means the state has such a huge debt that a significant portion of the revenue is just used for debt servicing and maybe to pay some pensions. That leaves us with almost zero funds for any development. The state government does not have any money to build roads, bridges, open new hospitals, or improve the education system. If we continue in the same way, it will be very soon that there will be no money left to pay salaries to government employees, hospital staff, police personnel, administrators, and many others. In fact, we have already seen that happening. The state government employees are right now trying to get their DNS allowance for the last many years. Asha and Manrega workers have not received their wages in recent times. Now, the most alarming part for the present government, headed by the TMC and Mamata Banerjee, is that there has been no significant industrial investment in the state in almost the last 15 to 20 years, in fact, even more. Now, in every Bengal business summit in the last 8 years, there has been a lot of interest from big investment houses. In fact, in 2025, over 212 MOUs were signed worth 4.40 lakh crores. Unfortunately, none of those investment proposals have been actually implemented. A trend we have seen in the previous years too. From Ambani to Jindal to Adani, all have come, made promises, but there is no actual investment. In the last 10 years, we have seen almost zero creation of any manufacturing industry in Bengal. Now, since there is no industrial growth or job opportunities in the last 10 years, we have seen a major outflow of young and aspirational talent leaving Bengal. Not only educated youth like engineers, doctors, teachers, but also semi skilled labor from rural areas are literally pouring out of Bengal in thousands on a monthly basis. This situation is so dire that even farm workers are leaving Bengal to work in major or bigger farms in UP, Punjab, and Maharashtra. If once we saw Biharis in every part of India as migrant workers, now we see Bengalis in the same situation. Over 1.3 million in Bengaluru, nearly a million in Hyderabad, and over 300,000 in Ahmedabad. These are not just figures, but absolute reality, with the numbers growing every day. Every year, in each of these cities and many more, we see huge crowds, growing and much bigger crowds during Durga Puja, Saraswati Puja, and other festivals. This massive brain drain from Bengal, losing its best and brightest, most hardworking and aspirational talent, who are now growing and contributing to other cities. Having a left front government for 30 years and the Trinamool Congress for the next 14 means the state government in Bengal is always in confrontation with the central government in Delhi. Mistrust, mutual dislike between the two sides, be it Mamta and Modi or earlier, and a continued stream of bickering and conflict in every issue. Let's take the example of the metro railway project or the expansion. Multiple delays. The 366-meter stretch at Chingrighata on the Orange Line has been stalled for nearly 3 years. The KMC doesn't give it approval, and the Great Calcutta Police is denying permission for traffic diversions. Now, on the other hand, similar metro railway projects in Patna, Bhubaneswar, Hyderabad, and many other cities are zooming ahead and most probably will complete on time. Let's look at the roadways. The Varanasi Kolkata project, the Bardhaman Road flyover, and over 40 railway projects are indefinitely delayed. In many cases, the costs have gone up significantly due to such delays. The worst one, the major security threat for Bengal and for India, relates to the border fencing and the confrontation between the state and the central government. Over 500 kilometers of border remain unfenced due to this problem that both sides have with each other. In the previous 2021 elections, the TMC won 213 seats with around 48.5% of vote share. And the BJP led NDA had 77 seats with 38.5% vote share. However, specifically in Kolkata, the TMC won all the 11 assembly seats and got over 62% of votes, with the BJP securing only 29% vote and not winning any seat. Hence, in 2026, if the BJP wants to make any inroads in these 11 constituencies, something has to change. But that's easier said than done. Now, the fact that the BJP does not or hasn't won in previous times in Kolkata is quite a paradox, because most of the brain drain that we talked about earlier is happening from Kolkata. As per a recent survey, almost 70% of young students in Kolkata want to migrate out of Bengal for higher studies. That's a shocking number. Literally, no one wants to stay for studies, jobs, business, or anything else. Moreover, Kolkata, with its TMC mayor, has major infrastructure challenges: increasing slum areas, law and order problems, and broken down infrastructure. This, along with multiple cases of rape and acid attacks, makes Bengal or Calcutta a very unsafe city from what it was even a few years back. However, one of the major challenges that the BJP does face in Kolkata is the high percentage of Muslim voters who traditionally do not vote for them. As of a recent estimate, Bengal's Muslim population is around 30%, and in Kolkata, this goes up to further 40%. Unfortunately for this Muslim vote bank, their social and economic status has not changed much. As per a recent national survey, the Muslim population in Bengal has the highest poverty rate at 45%, with the lowest levels of income, but with a very high fertility rate at 2.6%. This means in the last 15 to 20 years, Muslims in Bengal have remained poor, helpless, and uneducated, with almost nil improvement in their overall status. Now, for a young Muslim man or woman, this would be concerning. And during the recently concluded Bihar elections, many Muslim constituencies, the BJP led NDA had quite decent vote share. And they would now look to repeat the same in Bengal and specifically in Kolkata in the 11 constituencies. Will they be able to make a dent in TMC's legacy vote? Or will the vote cutting by OAC be a major factor? In 2026, the people of Bengal will elect a new government for the next 5 years. Hence, it is up to these people to decide what kind of government they want, and as a result, what is the future that they want for the next generation. Will the next generation grow up in their own city, in their own state, or will they move to Chennai or Pune or Vizag to earn a decent living? This is the most important question which we need to ask ourselves over the next few months to help us decide who and whom will rule Bengal for the next 5 years. Thank you for listening. Feel free to engage with me in the comments, even if you disagree or agree with me. See you in the next video.